Okay, it's start of day number 2 in Yellowstone, and you can see we're off to a great start. Silvana is sleeping like a bug in a rug, right? Oh yeah, look at you. You're just like a little bug in a rug, okay? Now come on, we gotta get started. Today is day 2.
I know.
And we're gonna go see Old Faithful. Yeah, Old Faithful and the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone. Okay, let's go. Come on. Come on, Miss Hilgenberg.
Okay.
Get out of bed. It's 11:30 in the morning.
No, it's 7 a.m.
And it's 8 o'clock.
No.
Come on. Rise and shine. Rise and shine. Oh, no, I won't do that. Okay, rise and shine, baby. All right, we didn't have to go very far today. We're on our way to, I think it's Hayden Valley. And I'm probably a little closer to these buffalo than I should be. But look at this. Isn't that something? They're just having their brekkie. Wow. Fantastic. Really, really something beautiful. We have made our way to, I think it's called Hardy Falls. And you know, were it not for that narration that we're listening to, then I may very well have just driven right past this spot. But boy, that river, you can just hear the river down below. So we'll take a walk down and check out these rapids. Well, look at that. Talk about the force of nature. That river is really rushing. Holy cow. Boy, could you imagine a little whitewater rafting through this? That would be an adventure. For sure. Really beautiful. Over here they have some information. It says leaping the rapids. Beginning in mid-May, these rapids will fill with Yellowstone cutthroat trout heading upstream to spawn in the waters near Fishing Bridge. Now I haven't seen any trout, but this is where you'd see them if we were going upstream. Look at that, just beautiful. We have found our way to the Mud Volcano area, and this is a spot you really got to stop and see, or stop and smell. It is sulfur. There's just a very, very strong smell of sulfur here, and it really is something to both see and smell. Well, you look at that. If you're wondering why they call this spot the Mud Volcano, there it is. In 1870, explorers stood in awe, much as I'm doing here today, as Mud Volcano spewed mud into the treetops, shaking the ground with each eruption. 2 years later, it was a pool of bubbling, muddy water. Mud Volcano had blown itself apart. Wow, isn't that something? Sulfur is the source. Hydrogen sulfide gas rising from Yellowstone's magma chamber causes the rotten egg smell. The mud, microorganisms, or thermophiles use this gas as a source of energy and then help turn the gas into sulfuric acid. Many of the colors you see are vast communities of thermophiles, but some of the yellow is pure sulfur. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Look at that. Talk about a mud bath. Oh yeah. Now we're coming up on Dragon's Mouth Spring. Look at this. An unknown park visitor named this feature around 1912, perhaps due to the water that frequently surged from the cave like the lashing of a dragon's tongue. Until 1994, this dramatic wave-like action often splashed water as far as the boardwalk. The rumbling sounds are caused by steam and other gases exploding through the water, causing it to crash against the walls of the hidden caverns. Look at that. Wow. Isn't that something? What a view. Too bad I can't share the smell with you. Or maybe it's not too bad. Alright, I don't need narration to tell you this. Look at the traffic. And it's because about 100 bison just crossed the road up ahead. And as a result, we've got a traffic jam. But that's okay. It's a beautiful day, so we'll find our way up to the Grand Canyon of Yosemite here in a moment. No, I'm just kidding. Yellowstone. I just wanted to see if Silvana was paying attention. All right, have a good. You could come to Yellowstone National Park 1,000 times, no, 1,000,000 times even, and never get tired of a view like this. Look at that. There is a buffalo herd just grazing on the grass down there. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. This is Hayden Valley. All right, why did the buffalo cross the road? Look at this, the mama with the babies right here. Here come the babies. Look at that. Oh boy, what a joy. Isn't that something? Right there. Fantastic. Oh, those are some youngin' buffalo right there. Wow, what a sight. What a sight that is. Well, look at this. You could almost touch them. Isn't that something? They see me. I'm not gonna get too close. Look at them. Isn't that something? They're all shedding their wool. Just beautiful. Really, really beautiful.
When the sun is out and the winds are calm, this is such a peaceful place. The Yellowstone River winding its way through the meadows, and it's no wonder animals are attracted here. There is no 100% factual story as to how Yellowstone received its name, but there are a few things we know for sure that help us piece the puzzle together, of which Yellowstones the name comes from. The first white people learned about Yellowstone from contact with the Minotari Indians. The Minotari didn't live here high on the plateau, but they were people who practiced agriculture in the plains areas between here and North Dakota, where the Yellowstone River meets the Missouri. Early French trappers who met the Indians said they called it Mitsi Adasi, which translates to Yellow Rock River. In French, the trappers called it Roche Jaune, or Pierre Jaune. We know this is true because when the Lewis and Clark expedition came through later, they reported the same thing about what the Minotari used for the name. The difficult question is, why did the Indians call it Yellow Rock River? Was it for the yellow cliffs of the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone here in the park? Or was it for yellowish sandstone bluffs much further downstream and outside of the park area? Consensus among historians is that since the Minotari were agricultural, they would be unlikely to have traveled or named the river for a feature 300 miles from where they lived. So, it's named for a section of the river much farther downstream, hundreds of miles from here.
This is what it's all about. Look at the Yellowstone River. Look at how beautiful. There's a family just sitting down there in their chairs, perhaps having a afternoon picnic. But it is just gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. I bet that water is cold. Just beautiful. We've reached our way to Uncle Tom's Point. And here you'll find the Canyon Overlook and the Discovery Overlook, giving you some nice views of the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone. And you know, I wish I could say that it was bright and sunny today, and it sure looked like that way when I was waking up early this morning and Savannah was just sleeping away. You know, I walked out and I saw the blue sky and I thought, oh, it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful day. But we've got some overcast and it's actually cool out. So we'll come up here and take a look at the view. Look at that view. What a waterfall. Wow. Just breathtaking. Well, here we are, the Grand Canyon of the Yellowstone, and the map is showing where we're at Artist Point right here, which will give us a real incredible view, actually the iconic view of the Grand Canyon of the Yellowstone. And there you can see the map right there, and the "you are here." So we'll walk out and take a look. And they give you a little bit of a warning that people have died falling from this spot. Or maybe some being pushed.
Oh. Yeah. I was wondering. I was
Wow.
thinking. I was like, I don't remember going this
Should
way.
be a nice view.
Okay.
You know, I've been here before, but this view just kind of took me aback. It is stunning. Look at that. The Grand Canyon of Yellowstone. Absolutely stunning. And look at that view. And if we walk just up ahead, we'll see a view down and into the canyon with the waterfall. Now there is a view to die for. Will you look at that? Oh, that is just stunning. Absolutely stunning. Wow. Beyond the reach of human art. So said 19th century painter Thomas Moran upon first viewing the Grand Canyon of the Yellowstone River. Nevertheless, he made a valiant effort, as have other artists since that time. Words like sublime and breathtaking only begin to do justice to the myriad of colors of the canyon. The geological history of the canyon has resulted in a landscape to fire the imagination. The canyon walls are composed of rhyolitic lava and tuff, altered by hydrothermal action. The heat, fractures, and hydrothermal fluids have softened the rhyolite. It is eroded over the centuries into fantastic hoodoos, inspiring both artists and visitors. And that's what you would read if you were standing here looking out on this absolutely incredible view. Wow. And there's Savannah doing her selfie. And look at that, you can actually see the river going down. Wow. That's your picture right there. That is absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. Oh wow, that is just breathtaking. We made our way up to another overlook, which shows you the backside of the canyon, if you will, or look at that. Wow, and you hear a lot of people, just hear a lot of chatter. Everybody chattering about how beautiful it is. And there's Savannah soaking it all in. You like that croco hat, don't you?
Yeah.
We're gonna have to get you one of those.
I'll take it to Brazil with me.
Oh yeah, all right.
Well,
And then we'll come over here and share this view with you. Look at that. Holy cow. That is just, it's breathtaking. It really is breathtaking. All right, on with the tour. Ooh, wow. Those were the words uttered by Silvana just a moment before I started filming. We found our way to the other side of the canyon, and we're going to work our way down and actually be right up on top of the waterfall, going down the canyon. Should give us a really nice perspective. Look at this. Ooh, wow, it's right. Boy, I cannot even imagine being caught up in that current. That really is something. Look at that. Really stunning. You would expect maybe there would be more tourists here, but it's not as crowded as I would have thought. There you go. There's your view. You saw that rainbow. We're all right, on to the next stop. Emerald Spring. A hot spring's color often indicates the presence of minerals. In a clear blue pool, the water is absorbing all of the colors of sunlight except one, blue, which is reflected back to our eyes. Here in Emerald Springs Pool, another factor joins with light refraction to give this spring its color. The 27-foot deep pool is lined with yellow sulfur deposits. The yellow color from the sulfur combines with the reflected blue light, making the hot spring appear a magnificent emerald green. Look at that. Okay, just up from the Emerald Spring is this area, and I gotta tell you, for those of you that have been watching this video through the duration, we were just up at the Yellowstone, or the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone, and it was cool and overcast. And down here, it's just like we've walked into the desert. It really is a interesting landscape. Look at this. Wow. That's actually shooting water up out of the ground. Look at that. Makes you wonder what's down below our feet. Okay, on with the tour. We found our way to this spring. This is Barrel Spring, right on the way to Old Faithful. And it's literally right at the side of the road. And there's a little information panel here that says, under proper lighting, this spring shines like the blue-green gemstone beryl. Its activity and that of adjacent springs was greatly altered by the '59 earthquake. The violent agitation of the water is due to volcanic gases, mostly steam. Temperature of the water is usually a few degrees below boiling. It generally oscillates between 188 degrees and 192 degrees, and is one of the hottest springs in Yellowstone National Park. Look at that. Wow. Boy, talk about the hot tub of hot tubs. And you can just smell the sulfur. Really incredible. Boy, I gotta tell you, driving Yellowstone is just one temptation after another. And you're looking at the latest temptation. We were driving along on our way to Old Faithful, and we saw this scene with these young men here in the water just casually doing some fly fishing. And there's Savannah just soaking it all in. And boy, you know, they say a picture's worth a million, or 1,000 words rather. You know, this shot right here of Savannah just sitting in her bonnet here in beautiful Yellowstone National Park, watching these men fly fish is just it's just priceless. It really is priceless. Absolutely fantastic. What do you think, Savannah? Huh? Isn't it nice?
Really beautiful.
Yeah.
No words to describe it.
No words to describe it, she says. Oh, just fantastic. All right, I couldn't resist the temptation to find my way out here to talk to these fishermen. And these fishermen are actually from Chicago, and the obvious question to ask somebody from Chicago would be Sox or Cubs.
Sox, Cubs.
Oh, Sox and Cubs.
I'm only Sox fan.
All right, I'm an Indians fan,
Okay.
so yeah. Oh boy, so this is, when did you take up fly fishing? Have you been doing this a while?
No, not really. Went to Colorado like a year ago.
Did you?
Not even. Went to start fly fishing.
Is it hard to learn? There's
yeah,
an art. There's an art to it, isn't it?
Yeah, there is.
So what do? You just kind of cast out there and let the. Can you show me what's on the end of the line?
Sure.
Is it a fly or what?
Yeah, I got a fly on.
You got a fly on there,
Yep.
and you're obviously. You're obviously.
I think it's around you right now. Here, wait.
Did you get me hooked?
I might have caught you.
Uh-oh.
No, we're good.
All right. Boy, this is a memory that you'll remember, huh? You're back in the Chicago winters and thinking about standing in the stream. What do you got on there?
Little fly.
That's it.
Yep. That's
Just
all.
a little tiny fly.
Yep.
I'll be damned.
Yeah,
All right.
do it.
And what's the deal? You just kind of cast it out there and let it sit and float?
Yeah, I try to cast in front of the current. Go do it. Not
Uh-huh.
very good, so I don't really know.
Fantastic. Now, you wouldn't want to run into a grizzly, would you?
No, you would not.
No, you would not. I was here years ago, and there was the first time at Yellowstone, and I saw a guy fishing in a river just like this, and I was on the bank taking pictures of him, and he turned around and he got startled. He thought I was photographing a bear, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, you would not want to come across a grizzly out here. Fantastic. All right, guys. This water is actually rather nice.
It feels great. I want to jump in fully.
You know, I've got a paddle board in my truck.
Yeah?
I'm thinking, boy, that would be a nice spot to do a paddle board.
Yeah, until you hit the waterfalls.
Until you hit the waterfall. Exactly. All right. Oh, fantastic. Our next stop is the Midway Geyser Basin. One of my favorite stops, to be quite honest with you.
It's pretty cool, isn't
And
it?
this is a spot just a stone's throw from Old Faithful. and it really is something to see. This is where you'll see that iconic picture of a hot spring that's all different types of colors. So we're just gonna go walk up the boardwalk and give you a view from up top. Boy, it is quite windy up here, and you're looking at Excelsior Geyser right here. Not Geyser. This is the spring, and look how large it is. And this walkway comes right around this area. Now the area to actually want to go, if I'm not mistaken, is up on that hill right up over there, which I believe you drive to. That'll give you a view looking down on the springs here. So we'll see if we'll be able to find our way up there. Boy, there's one more spring on our way out. Look at that.
Okay.
Just gorgeous. All right, if only to make it official, it's just a little bit after 6 a.m. here on, today would be a Sunday morning, and we're heading out of Teton. So I thought I'd make the Yellowstone video complete by just sharing some closing thoughts. Here's this would be the Grant Village campground here, and you'll see there's a mixture of people in tents and campers and vans and what have you. Here's somebody just crawling out of their tent for the morning, and I couldn't help but to think as I was getting ready this morning how I took a trip a few years ago with a friend, and we did the whole camping thing via tent, which was an experience. It really was, and it was a wonderful experience, just as this one was. And we'll see if the happy camper is ready. She doesn't do mornings too well, but maybe she's ready. Let's see. There she is. All right, there's the happy camper. All right, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Did you like Yellowstone? Huh?
It's wonderful.
You said it was the most beautiful place you've ever seen.
Yes, really.
You still think that?
So
huh?
many beautiful places in one day, in one place.
Wow. Okay, now it's on to where are we going today? Do you know?
Jackson.
Jackson, that's right.
And
Grand Teton.
Grand Teton.
So let's go. All right. You woke up early today. I really should congratulate you. You know,
Thank you.
You really did. You did a good job at waking up early today. Let's go and see the Grand Tetons. Goodbye, Yellowstone.